The U.S. Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control has imposed sanctions on individuals and entities connected to the Sinaloa Cartel, a major Mexican drug trafficking organization that is laundering drug profits through cryptocurrency. At the heart of this enforcement action are Gonzalez Penuelas and Armando de Jesus Ojeda Aviles, two key figures in a network that facilitates the laundering of proceeds from the sale of cocaine and methamphetamine. These illicit funds are funneled back to Mexico through blockchain networks, allowing the cartel to obscure the origins of the money and evade traditional financial oversight. The Sinaloa Cartel, now led by the sons of imprisoned drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman Loera, has been designated a foreign terrorist organization by the U.S. government due to its violent operations and the drug-related deaths it has caused in both Mexico and the United States. The sanctioned individuals are part of a broader structure that enables the cartel to move illicit funds across international borders. Rodrigo Alarcon Palomares, another central figure in this network, was indicted in April 2024 for laundering drug proceeds via cryptocurrency. At the time of his arrest in October 2023, Mexican authorities found weapons and ammunition in his possession, indicating his direct involvement in the cartel's operations. Despite Palomares' arrest, the cartel's drug trafficking activities have continued to expand, suggesting that enforcement alone may not be sufficient to disrupt their operations. The U.S. Treasury's action signals a growing focus on cryptocurrency as a tool for illicit financial flows. OFAC is now actively targeting crypto wallets and addresses as part of its sanctions framework, reflecting a broader. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Trend in which regulators are expanding their reach into blockchain networks to combat money laundering and criminal finance. The sanctioned individuals are now subject to asset freezes and restrictions on U.S. financial transactions, which could disrupt their ability to move funds through traditional banking channels. However, the effectiveness of these measures depends on how well they can be enforced across international jurisdictions and how responsive crypto platforms are to compliance requirements. The Sinaloa Cartel's use of crypto for money laundering highlights the risks of decentralized financial systems being exploited by criminal actors. While the U.S. authorities have made progress in identifying and sanctioning key players, the cartel's adaptability and global reach remain a challenge. The next signal to watch is whether other jurisdictions will follow the U.S. Treasury's lead in targeting crypto-based money laundering operations. If more countries adopt similar enforcement strategies, it could lead to a more coordinated global effort to disrupt illicit financial activity in the crypto space. However, the decentralized nature of blockchain and the anonymity it offers to bad actors could continue to provide opportunities for criminal groups to evade detection. The ongoing investigation into the Sinaloa Cartel's crypto operations also raises questions about how effectively regulators can trace and monitor transactions on blockchain networks. As enforcement agencies expand their tools and partnerships with crypto platforms, the balance between privacy and compliance will remain a key area of focus. For now, the U.S. Treasury's sanctions represent a significant step in the fight against drug trafficking and money laundering in the crypto space. The mechanisms being deployed, such as freezing crypto addresses and enforcing international sanctions, show that regulators are beginning to treat cryptocurrency with the same seriousness as traditional financial systems when it comes to combating illicit activity. The stakes are high, not only in terms of curbing the flow of drug money, but also in preventing the broader exploitation of crypto for other forms of financial crime. The next signal to watch is whether these enforcement actions lead to broader policy changes or regulatory frameworks that can more effectively monitor and control the use of cryptocurrency in illicit financial activity. If the U.S. Treasury's approach is successful in disrupting the Sinaloa Cartel's operations, it could serve as a model for other countries dealing with similar challenges. However, the long-term success of these efforts will depend on the cooperation of global regulators and the willingness of crypto platforms to comply. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. With new compliance standards, The Sinaloa Cartel's continued expansion, despite these actions, suggests that enforcement alone is not a silver bullet. It also underscores the need for a multifaceted approach that includes intelligence sharing, international cooperation, and the development of more robust tools for monitoring crypto transactions. The stakes are not just financial, but also human. As the cartel's operations have led to violent deaths in Mexico and drug-related deaths in the U.S., the fight against crypto-based money laundering is part of a larger battle to prevent criminal organizations from using new financial technologies to further their illicit enterprises. The U.S. Treasury's sanctions are an important step, but they are only one part of a larger and ongoing effort to secure the integrity of the global financial system in the face of evolving threats.